Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome once again, as always, to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. Join me today for day 16 of Mr H's Florida vlog, or vlogs, as he's like to call them. And today, Hot Potters, with it being day 16, is the last day. Boo-hoo. Time to go home tomorrow and return back to dear old Blighty and hopefully a Mrs Gent's pie. And that'll be one of the first things I'll be partaking in, at the earliest opportunity, of course. If we land around midnight UK time, I won't be banging on Mrs Gent's door demanding she make me a pie or anything like that. But yeah, it's mixed feelings leaving Florida, because I've had a fantastic time, I've had a really good time. However, like I said yesterday, I am ready for back home. I really am. Like I said, there comes a point in your holiday where you've just had enough, basically. I'm Disneyed out, as they say, in the community. So, mixed feelings returning back home, really. Big thank you to everybody who stuck with this particular series of videos. There's too many of you to mention individually, but you all know who you are, and a big thank you. Seems some of you have really enjoyed getting up with Mr H at a Sparrows Fart, Florida time, and following the vlogs. And the obligatory Fanta that I've been drinking. This has been my pick-me-up here in America. Unfortunately, after today, I won't be able to do this. Not least because the RIF chip that's in this cup, there's an RIF chip in them to stop people just filling up with what they want. And that is only good for the rest of today. At midnight, Florida time, that will tell the machine that basically my holiday is over and don't give him any more drinks. But I've had my $20 worth out of this. I certainly have. It seems a lot when you first buy them. You think, oh, $20, it's a lot. But when you look at the price of going for an individual drink and you add that up, you soon realise you can get your money's worth out of it if you kick the arse out of it. And I've been doing that for 16 days, so I can't complain. I really can't. So, Hot Potters, today, Hollywood Studios for the H's. We're going to box that park off. We've done the other three. Yesterday was Magic Kingdom. We finally finished that particular park off. Did all the rides that little Toby wanted to do. And, as per usual, we had to drag him out at the end. We even was having to tell him that the characters on the rides, Goofy, etc., wanted to go to bed. And the staff was saying that the character wanted to go to bed. There was the only way we could get him off them, as he just didn't want to leave. He really has thoroughly enjoyed it, despite the one or two little negative incidents that have happened throughout this particular holiday. Now, Mick Byrne, over there in Wigan, in my hometown of Wigan, he said, from watching these vlogs, it doesn't seem like I've had much of an holiday. Well, Michael, what you've got to remember is the little incidents, the negative ones that I've mentioned in my daily vlogs, they're just a small incident in a day that lasts almost 12 hours when we're in the parks. And if you're only going to have one or two little negative things throughout your day, and you don't let it ruin it, then that's the key, and we have had a good time. We really have. Yes, I'm sure little Toby would enjoy going to camping and things like that. But in life, he's going to have to learn to deal with people. And he's going to have to learn that not everything will always go his way. And the sooner he learns that lesson, the better for him. And if it does turn out in the future that he does indeed have autism, he does get diagnosed with that, then he will learn the coping strategies, and hopefully by the next time we come out here, he will have coping strategies for things one way or another. And that's down to us as parents to teach him those coping strategies and put them in place for him, really. Now, speaking of the parks, it seems the other day I offended someone by saying that I didn't like Animal Kingdom. Well, it's all different strokes for different folks, really. It's not the park itself. It does have some fantastic rides in there. Some of the rides, they're not for Mr H. There's a big roller coaster in there. That's not for me, the mountain one. And I don't really like the river one where you get on it. Is it Curly Rapid River or something like that? And you go down in like a big tyre, and it takes you down, and you get splashed, because what happens with that, as I found out the first time I did it and the only time that I've done it, is all the adults, they pile in one side on it and the kids piling on the other, and then it's weighted. It's not, the weight's not distributed right, so the adults end up getting soaked. I came off it and it just looked like somebody chucked me in the river. It really did. So being bounced about and thrown about is not for Mr. H. But mainly I don't like Animal Kingdom because it's a big safari park and I don't like that type of theming. As I've explained, zoos and things are not my cup of tea. So no matter what they put in Animal Kingdom, Mr. H wouldn't really go for it, if he's being honest. So I do apologise if Animal Kingdom is your favourite park or you do enjoy it. It's just not for Mr. H. It's as simple as that. Now, speaking of Animal Kingdom, somebody asked me, what did I mean by it's the hottest park? What does that mean? Well, I don't mean it's the best park. Let's put it that way. You can obviously tell that from the way I've spoken about it. What I mean is the temperature always seems to be really high in there. And it's always muggy and humid because there's plants, there's a lot of trees and everything to add to the theming of it being a jungle. It's just humid and very hot in there and sweaty, and it's just uncomfortable walking around there, to be honest. Everyone complains and states that it's the hottest park, and that's what I mean by that. Now, a totally random question that someone asked me way back, probably about midway through this series of videos is, am I a lorry driver back home in the UK as my job, my form of employment? No, I am not. I think you're getting me confused with another YouTuber who has a similar hairstyle and he's formerly of Wigan. He now lives up in Cumbria. That's who I think you're getting me confused with. He is a lorry driver and he's doing very well for himself up there in Cumbria, and I personally have no problems with that gentleman. I hope he's doing very well for himself. But no, back in the UK I am not a lorry driver. Not as I have anything against lorry drivers. We all have to earn a butty, don't we? Anyway, Hot Potters, I'm slowly coming to the end of this series of videos. There's about another 3 minutes left of Mr. H's Florida vlog for this vacation, and then it's over and it's back to the UK. Boo-hoo. We've got a nice flight to look forward to, haven't we? And obviously the security getting to the gates. You've got to go through the TSA over here, and they're notorious for not having a sense of humour. I remember my father-in-law telling me a story that he once went through and they asked him a random question like, has he got a car battery with his luggage? And he looked at them and said, do I look like I've got a car battery? And he said, it's a serious question, sir. And they really don't have a sense of humour. One or two of them do. And I remember my missus taking through some Twisters, you know, the long van thing. She likes them. And as the bag went through, obviously they can see what's in it. And he said, pull them out. He said, are these yours? And Mrs. H was like, yeah, thinking it was contraband and she couldn't take it through. And he just said, they're a good choice, I really like those. You enjoy your flight. And it was like, takes you aback, it catches you on the hop, doesn't it, when they do a trick like that. But yeah, notoriously, they don't have a sense of humour. I'm not looking forward to that. You have to take your shoes off and all that kind of stuff, don't you, on this side. Ever since that idiot tried blowing a plane up with his shoes. But I believe they're trying to drop that liquid requirement, where you have to dump all your liquid, and then when you get through you can buy as much as you want at a premium price. That's a right con, isn't it? WH Smiths and all them, they soon jumped onto that one, that we can charge what we want for water and pop. I don't know. There's always somebody after your money, isn't there? There really is. So yeah, we can look forward to that. Now what you can do, and I didn't know this, you can actually book a slot with the TSA. And that's your slot when you go and you let them check your cases. So we've done that, we've pre-booked it rather than stand in line. We'll still have the 3-hour wait at the other side, but we'll see how that goes, and I'll probably report back on that when I'm in the UK. And if it's a good experience, then it's something I'll recommend to you people out there. If it's a negative one, I'll tell you to avoid it. I'll do that. Anyway, we're now coming up to 10 minutes, and no matter how long I hold on to it, this series has come to an end. So Hot Potters, until the next time when I'll be back in dear old Blighty and in more familiar surrounds to most of you. It is. Bye bye for now.